Yamaha, and he takes the lead around turn number 1. Fleming and Roloff right there together. They look like a four-wheel car. They're so close. As they go around turn number 2, side by side. Ricky had a big lead now, and already second and third place has sucked Ricky up like a vacuum, and they're right on his tail as they head up into turn number 3. Oh, this is going to be quite an interesting race here. We've got only 7 riders, but let me tell you, it's awfully close. This class, because this is the feature main event of the day. This race gets in the LA Times. You guys want to know why you don't name never gets mentioned? Because you're not in the classes that count. That's why. And these guys are out here in the feature main event and putting on quite a show. And there goes Ricky, and it looks like Fleming and Roloff. Okay, Lee Fleming just took second. The 38-year-old veteran coming out here on that 750cc. 39-year-old. That's right. He just had a birthday in June. And he's now 39 years old, and he's on that Honda, and he comes out of turn number 9, and let's see if anybody can catch Ricky. Ricky going after win number 3, and maybe it's in jeopardy this time. He doesn't have an easy time of it this time, but it's Ricky, Fleming, and Roloff in that order. Then comes Walter-Nito as they all hit around turn number 1. Okay, the result of this race, we're going to the LA Times. Ricky's still holding on, and it looks like Fleming now is broken away from Roloff, and he goes after Jeff Ricky up on top of the hill, and it could turn into a two-rider duel. Whitney Blakesley could be right. Second time in a row. Oh! And Ricky now is pulled farther and farther away. And in fact, now Fleming seems to have run into some kind of problem because now Roloff is by him, and Fleming is slowing down. Okay, it seems us up here in the tower could be a tire that has gone away on Fleming's bike. But it looks like Fleming's race is over for the day, and now Ricky opening up a little bit over Roloff. Roloff now finds himself in second spot. Walter-Nito now in third spot. Bob Bryan, who's currently running second in the point standings, he's running in fourth spot. In fifth spot is still Larry Ferguson, and in sixth spot contention, but at least he's going to try and get some practice laps in on that bike. And 22 of Ricky on the Yamaha coming by with really no problems at all. Roloff settled there in second spot. Nito getting a little bit of a challenge from Ryan now. That could be the race to the flag. Ryan starting to pick it up a little bit on Walter Nito running in third spot. That whole crew rounding turn number 2 and turn number 1. Seattle, Washington, and we've got the Formula 2 when we call. So we'll call back in about 45 minutes. But right after this race, on the Yamaha, Lee Fleming looked like he was going to give him a run for his money in the early going, but Fleming dropped out with, we believe, tire problems. And Ricky coming by now with a full straightaway lead over Earl Roloff, who's settled into second spot, but he can't settle too much because Walter Nito right there in third spot. Not quite going to try and get Roloff. Roloff throws off a puff of smoke as he brakes and downshifts for turn number 1. The fact that he will finish fourth as he goes around turn number 1. think defending his Superbike championship. Mike dialed in, has found the right combination now, and he's coming down to win number 3 in a row. Jim Vericke on the Yamaha, sponsored by KERKER, is going to take the checker flag, and a great win for Jim Vericke once again. Vericke showing why he was the California Superbike champion last year. Coming down in second spot is going to be Earl Roloff running down in second, and Walter Nito finishing third. Nito did a good job of closing in, but it wasn't quite enough. Finishing fourth should be Robert Reinen. Shown up, so he's still recovering from injuries that he received a month or so ago. So Merkel will receive no points, and of course for Todd Brubaker, who should easily be in the top 3 at the end of the year. So Schwartz and Brubaker sounds like that's the way the race is going to be. Anyway, yes, before Gary Todd